Good morning, everybody. Tammy and Gary here from Crystal Vision
Almost
Pools.
afternoon.
Hashtag Cvpoolpros with another pool school video. All right, what do we got on this one?
And if you don't know what hashtag is, it is the pound symbol on your phone.
Babe, I don't think there's anybody done this. Anyway, so what's today's tech tip? All right.
I don't know, Gary.
Rain.
What is the tech tip?
Rain. What do you do when it rains? You know it's going to rain, after the rain. So we're going to discuss a little bit of scenario before rain, during rain, after rain. That's what we're going to do.
You go screaming like Macaulay
Oh
Culkin in Home Alone and going, "Oh my God! My pool! What do I do?"
Okay. Anyway, now, so if you know, so fresh water, let's do it this way. Fresh water in general, whether it's from splash out and you have to add water, evap and you have to add water, or rain, you are plummeting your chlorine level. Okay? We're not going to get into the other chemistry.
I'm the sound effects girl for the day.
You really don't need it. Thank you. Oh my God. Like hanging around with a child. All right. So you don't need, it doesn't have to be rain. Any fresh water in a pool is going to bring down your chlorine level. Now, we're not going to talk about the other levels. We're only talking about chlorine level today. Okay? So, what do? All right. If you know there's a big storm coming, let's say it's in the forecast, shock the pool. Now, how do we shock the pool?
Make sure to check your weather app so you know ahead of time to make sure you have shock, whether it's granular or liquid.
Now, that being said, granular shock, I don't care what kind of pool you have, must be brushed when you put it in, unless you mix it in a bucket of water and then put it in. You gotta brush it. You don't let it sit on the bottom of the pool. Oh my God. Please stop. All right, now, other than that, during rain, let's say, and I speak from experience here in Pennsylvania. For those of you who don't know, that's Pennsylvania. We get rain when it's not supposed to rain. Like literally, it'll just, oh look, it's raining. It says
it's sunshine, but it's still raining.
So, what do you do then? Shock it during the rain. Now, if you know there's a big storm coming, get some extra shock in it. If it's raining and you didn't know it was supposed to rain, you can wait till the rain's over, but do liquid chlorine. It's easier. You buy liquid chlorine, you dump it in. You don't have to brush, you don't have to do any of that. All right. That's primarily what we use for openings, closings, and green and cleans when we're cleaning them up. The only time we use shock, bags of shock, granular, is when we're doing weekly or bi-weekly cleanings, and they need a bag of shock because shock takes up less room in the van. That's why we use it. Otherwise, I would use liquid chlorine for everything. It's just easier because then you don't have to brush. But trying to carry liquid chlorine around, it's just, we don't have enough room. And I don't care what size vehicle you have, depending on how many pools you have that might need shock, it just takes up too much room. We have 2 cases of shock back there that take up, a little bit of room. So, your tech tip for the day, make sure you keep checking your chlorine level. Now, also, extreme heat. Now, extreme heat does not only mean the sun. It gets heated up, yes, obviously by the sun, but also bodies in the pool creates heat, and just in general, hot heats the water up to an extent. Okay, now bodies in the pool is what we in the pool industry call bather load. Now the other thing to consider with bather load, and this is something else very important, Bather load is kind of the same thing as rain, especially if they're wearing suntan lotion. Suntan lotion is the enemy of your filter system and your chemistry. Okay? You're really, if you go to a public pool, you will see signs that says please shower before you go into the pool. Why are they doing that? They're doing that because they want you to get the suntan lotion off your body. Okay? Suntan lotion will cloud a pool up very quickly. Okay? What it does is it gets sucked into the filter, and most of the filters are sand in a public pool. It goes right through the sand, right back into the pool. And I don't care what sand you have. Even our sand that we use, and our sand that we use filters down to damn near DE quality. But it does let little tiny stuff through. Even DE, some stuff will get through DE if it's liquidy enough. I've seen it happen. All right? So, but those are really the tips for the day. Just make sure that you are on. The hotter it gets, the more you want to test your pool chemistry, because the heat affects the chlorine level. All right, fresh water affects your pH and your alkalinity levels, and they will affect your chlorine usage. I'm not going to go into all that. Tammy and I will end up doing an actual chemistry pool school video. Right now, I'm not doing that right now. I'm just really talking about rain. Rain and fresh water is really the main situation we're talking about right now, so I don't want to get too far off of that. But the hotter it gets, the more often you want to test your water. Okay? That's really about all I've got on that. And this, guys, the other thing is, guys and gals, the other thing is, we hear a lot of people say, oh, when we were younger, my dad or my parents had an in-ground pool, and, I have an above ground, I want to know how to take care of it. It's the same thing. It's a pool. If you're using chlorine, no matter what you're using, you use the same pH, alkalinity, stabilizer. All those are the same. The only thing you may use different is if you use a non-chlorine. I personally recommend using regular chlorine because it cleans the best. But that's the only difference, is if you're using a different type of sanitizer. I personally would just recommend using chlorine. It works the best, and in my personal opinion, it's the cheapest. And no salt. That you don't need salt. Salt really doesn't do. They say it softens the water. I've swam in both, and I don't see a difference. And salt is more of a pain in the ass to take care of. I don't care what the industry says. We take care of some salt pools, and believe me, you have to be dead on with your friggin'. You have to be a lot more critical of all your other levels. I mean, we keep all of our customers' levels as close to perfect as we can, but you have to really keep them. Matter of fact, we yesterday that was corroded on the inside. So I don't recommend salt. Regular chlorine works the best. And if you want to know the system that we use, let us know. Hit us up. You can always text Tammy at 610-780-3614. You can always email us at cvpoolpros@gmail.com. We're here to help. You can also check out all of our social medias, which is Instagram, Facebook, and TikTok at Cvpoolpros. All right, we're here. We don't have a website anymore. We got rid of that. But we can do everything over the phone, over, anyway, you want to add anything to this?
Since it is raining, what we do and don't do when it rains. We do chem checks. That we do. If it's not raining too hard, we will vac on a service and scoop. If it rains too hard where it really can't tell what we're vacuuming, I mean, sometimes I'll make a judgment call. I hate vacuuming blindly.
It's not fair to you guys. You're not getting a good vac.
Right. But I'll do a judgment call on whether or not I'm going to attempt. Because you may not think, but anything can blow in your pool. And if I can't see the bottom, there could be a rock down there. There could be a branch down there. And I don't mean like a full-on big-ass branch. I'm, a little twig, a little piece of a branch.
We also have customers whose dogs drop rocks and shit in their pools, too.
It is a game to the dog.
Yeah.
One
of our customers has like 3 or 4 dogs, and they keep dropping rocks. It's a game to them.
And if you have a liner pool,
it's very dangerous.
I don't want to, if I can't see the bottom, I don't want to risk, is there something down there and I'm going to back over it and I'm going to, rip your liner open. Or even if it's a concrete pool, depending on what it is, do I really want, if it's a rock down there, do I really want to scratch your pool by dragging that along the bottom? No. Plumbing. We do not do plumbing in the rain. Take out any of our electrical equipment that we might have to do a repair or whatever. If it's a light drizzle and we have somewhere where we can kind of like put, if we're using one of our handguns, rain, then fine and okay. But if there's nowhere that we can keep it dry and not get ruined by the rain, then we're not going to do it, and we will reschedule you for another day where it's not raining. Like today, we had plumbing to do.
Don't go too much into stuff because this is a
okay. Well,
school video.
You were talking about rain, so
well, yeah.
All right.
Anyway, we'll probably do another live and talk about that stuff. But so
while you run the subject, I just figured.
No, that's okay. I don't want it to be too long because it's a cool school video. It's going to be, this video will be uploaded to our YouTube channel, which is Cvpoolpros 16. Go check it out. Do me a favor, do us a favor, subscribe, help us grow the channel. There's a lot of videos on there already. There'll be a lot more to come. Everybody have a great day, and we will talk to you on the next one. Be safe.